They're beautiful. Hello and welcome back to It's What I Do. Yep, I'm cleaning the filters again. I do like to sit and record while I'm cleaning these filters. I just come down the garden and crossed my mind, do spiders have a sense of humour? Might think that's a bit of a funny question to ask, but as you know, I've got this arch here. Yeah, that I have to come through to get to the pond, and for the last week or so I've had a spider, and it keeps building a web right across here, sort of head height, that you walk into. As soon as you come through there, you get a face full of spider's web. So I have to do like this weird sort of walk through, waving my arms like this, to try and make sure there's no cobweb there, because you can't see it. So it just crossed my mind. Have they been watching these YouTube videos where people can put cling film across the top of the doorways and things like that for people to walk into? Because that's exactly what it's doing. It's putting a cobweb right across where my face is going to go. Crazy. I've actually just caught him, the little spider. He was hanging off my hand as I walked through. So I've put him over there by the tree. He'll be down there somewhere. So hopefully he won't come back and build another cobweb across the arch. But you never know. Oh, how are the fish doing? Fish are doing really well. We're all loving life. Recording and just sneezed me head off. Yeah, probably going to go again in a minute. Yeah, I've just given them a bit of mealworm. They do like a bit of mealworm. The Yamatanishki, if I can say it. It's down there. I've got one that's got a bad eye. It's got a very swollen eye. I don't know if that's infection, tumour or what it is. I have given it a couple of doses of FMG, because there's an antibacterial side for FMG. It does kill off bacteria in the pond, and funguses and things like that. It will kill them off. So yeah, I've done a couple of doses of FMG, and he's perked up. He's actually coming out from hiding from down there and going out and swimming around the pond, which is a lot better than he used to do, but his eye is still swollen, and I don't know what I shall end up having to do with that. If it's a tumour, there's nothing I can do for him, and he will eventually die. So it's just a case of keeping an eye on him and seeing what happens, really. Like a dry salt baths, that might help. Might be worth a try. But, he's lively enough, and so he started coming out and swimming around. It's that one down there. You can see where it's got like the black marking across his eye. Well, that's actually quite heavily swollen there, and it looks like he's got like growths under his skin. So yeah, I'm not holding out a lot of hope for him. Yeah, it's a shame, but the other ones are doing fine that I got with him. They were all from Mark's Country Koi. Obviously that's nothing to do with Mark. The other fish that I got from him are absolutely fine. The other Yamatanishki and the Becco. That Becco is going to be a lovely fish when it grows. It's the platinum white on it is just so crystal. It is really, really good. Yeah. So I thought I'd do a quick video because I didn't manage to get one out last weekend because of work. I was working all over the weekend and it just knackered me out, that's honestly. So I did a couple of polls recently, and we'll do the last one first, which was about naming my Kikorian, one that Vince brought up for me, and I've decided on Bandit. Everyone else, bit of a mixed poll, to be honest. Some people like the idea of Zorro, there's some like the idea of Bandit, and as I believe it's a female, I don't think Zorro would have fit very well. But Bandit, you can get female bandits, so yeah, I decided it's going to be Bandit. It suits it quite well, but he's very happy, or she's very happy in the pond, doing well. Let me just see if I can get that up on my phone. Give me 2 seconds. Okay, so just pulled it up on my phone, so I've got the exact details here. 69% of people suggested Bandit, or like Bandit, and 31% said Zorro. So Bandit it is, and I'm quite happy with that name, Bandit. Fits it well. The previous poll I did actually surprised me, really did. That was what is your favourite koi? Now I've got 38% said Showa, 12% said Senki, 4% said Kahaku, and then I've got another option, and 46% said other. So they named them in the comments, so I could just have a quick flick into the comments. Simon likes Go Senki. Sid from Koi Run, he's saying Akami Kigoi. I've never heard of that. I did look it up, but it's like a plain sort of pale yellowy coloured fish. Mr. Smithy was a Benny Kamonru and a Shiro Utsuri. Vince, Shiro Utsuri. Jigsy was a Lemon Harawaki. I'm not going to read all of these out. You can go on there and have a look for yourselves. It's quite interesting. This is quite interesting. The thing that really sort of surprised me, and it did surprise me, was no one chose Ogon. I mean, you've got several varieties of Ogon, and I like Ogons, I really do. My Yamabuki Ogon, he was a lovely fish, king. As you know, I lost him a while ago. He got swim bladder disease. He was hitting like 60 centimetres plus, and he got swim bladder disease, and I lost him, which was a real shame, real shame. He was the biggest fish in the pond, probably one of the oldest in the pond as well, come to that. But yeah, but nobody, absolutely nobody selected Ogon. So yeah, a bit of a surprise. I mean, I know people have got them in their pond because you see them. It's I suppose everyone's different. What would I say would be my favourite? That really is a difficult one. Simon from up North Koi Pond, he said it changes for him quite often. But me, I suppose I like kahakus. I like chags. Oh, Big Mama in there, she's the friendliest fish I've got. She come up and eat your fingers all the time. I like Sankey. I know quite a few people don't, they prefer showers, but I really like a nice Sankey, especially a Deutsch Sankey. They're really nice, and I'm quite partial to that Becca. I'm really going to be really interesting to see how that grows. I mean, mainly I get fish because I like the look of them. So when you're choosing on that selection sort of process, very hard to choose a favourite. Very hard. Yeah. What else have we got going on at the moment? Well, a lot of discussion at the moment about the ozone generators. Now, I have not looked into those very much myself. I am thinking about getting one because it would be interesting to make a trial out of it and see whether it does much, whether I can notice anything major difference with the pond. Excuse me. But I've got to say that the videos that Skeggy's put out on are really good. Very informative. I know he's selling them, but the videos he's put out have been quite informative on them and quite interesting to watch. So well done, Skeggy. I probably will add my name to the list. I think it'll be an interesting thing to see how people get on with them. And the thing that I like with them is it's minimal plumbing. All you're doing is plugging an airline in one side and an airline out of the other side, and that's your plumbing done. So yeah, very minimal, very minimal. Right, I'm going to crack on with these filters. I want to give the goldfish some food, and I'll crack on with the filters, get them done, and then come back and waffle a bit more. Oh, I don't know, before I go, I don't know if you noticed, I put the feeder back on. I wasn't going to, because originally the plan was I was going to be replacing the arch. But with the growth of plant over the top of it, if I replaced the arch, I would probably kill off most of that plant. So I've decided to leave it until the cooler weather gets here, and that plant, which is quite big, until that dies off, dies back a bit with the colder weather, and then I shall cut it back quite harshly and build the new arch. So it'll still get done, just take a bit more time. But yeah, because I decided that, I thought, well, I might just as well put the auto feeder back on. So that's on now. It's on the lowest feed settings, and they're getting fed 4 times a day from that. And then of course I come down and feed them the mealworms and whatnot. So yep, feeder's back on. Right, I'm going to get on, and I'll come back to you in a little while. Well, that's all the filters cleaned, pond top back up. Fish have had a bit more food. Really little sods they are. Last weekend, I would imagine most of you have watched the videos of last weekend at the Newark show. Unfortunately I didn't get to that, but I did enjoy watching some of the videos of them. And unfortunately Carol Lysett went to the Newark show, and it would have been lovely to have met her, but unfortunately I couldn't make it. For one, it's a hell of a trek for me. It's about 4.5, 5 hour drive, something like that. And of course you got there and back. Plus I was working. It was, as I said earlier, it's my weekend at work, so I couldn't get the time off to go. But we've got another one coming up. It's 24th and 25th of September. We've got the Detlin show. Well, it might be 23rd and 24th, I don't know, it's around that time anyhow. But hopefully some of you will be going to Detlin. I'll be going on the Sunday. We always go to the shows on a Sunday. And the week before that, we've got another day out at Duxford. Couldn't think of the name of it then. We've got the Battle of Britain air show at Duxford. We've been for the last 2 years. I think this is the 3rd year that we'll have been to that. But this year, fingers crossed, they're going to have a Lancaster there. And I really would love to see a Lancaster flying. Really would. I think there's only 2 left in the world that fly, that are airworthy. There are more of them about. Can't remember where it is, but there's somewhere a bit further north than me. They've got several of them that they taxi up and down the runways and whatnot, but they don't fly. As I say, as far as I'm aware, there's only 2 left in the world that actually fly, that are airworthy, which is a hell of a shame. But yeah, that should be really good. From what I've read online, it's going to be the Lancaster bomber, the B-17 they've got there, which is the Sally B, I believe, and Spitfires flying together as a memorial show, which will be absolutely awesome. So you might have to put up with another video of me taking photos of planes. I want to try and get some video of it, but it's really difficult. The spectator area for Duxford is north of the runway, so you're shooting into the sun all the time. So unless it's a cloudy-ish day, so that the light's not so harsh, it makes it really hard to get good photos and good video. So fingers crossed. I'll take both cameras with me anyhow, my Canon and the little Sony ZV-E10, because I should be able to get some footage with the Sony, but it's again really difficult because that hasn't got an electronic viewfinder. It's only got the back screen, and trying to do any video in just using the back screen is really hard. The screen's not particularly good, very hard to see, and the slightest bit of light on it and you can't see a thing. So yeah, we'll have a go and we'll see what happens. And as I say, Detlin's always a good show. Last year they cut back on the food stalls there, which is a bit of a shame. So they had very limited food. I think pretty much all you could get is chips and stuff like that. There was one burger van there, but it was so busy. Right, I don't think there's much else to waffle about, so I'm going to leave it there. Hope you've enjoyed this little update, this little video. So nothing too dramatic. Be interesting if I can get my hands on one of the ozone generators. See if I can get a hold of one of them. I'm not sure where I'd fit it. I don't know whether they're waterproof or what. If they're not, Then I've got to find somewhere inside the cabinet or underneath the side there, underneath the air source heat pump, somewhere that's not going to be exposed to rain. I don't have a filter shed, as you know, but I'll figure it out. I'll work that one out. Right, I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this little update, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye for now.